Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Mushoku Tensei Season 2 episode number 6 reaction. Right, the previous episode we reached Ranoa Academy and Rudy got in and yeah, he met Sylph or Fitz over here, and also Sylph was able to recognize him immediately, even obviously Rudy wasn't, because a long time had passed. And not only that, she looks kind of different, like her hair is white, she's wearing like a visor and everything, and she also like kind of like her identity here is as a man, so obviously in no way can Rudy understand, unlike us. But yeah, they like they were like they kind of like talked with each other and everything, and little by little Rudy gets to realize how a nice person he is, and there was a few situations that Rudy got into. There was that one situation where he almost got labeled as like a pervert, that with the whole underwear incident, where Fitz helped him out, and yeah, in the end, yeah, they kind of talked. They kind of like Fitz kind of healed him, and everything looks good. It's the beginning of like a new arc, a new chapter. Oh, we also met a few other characters. We met Zanoba, we met Cliff, and we also met those two other girls. I don't remember their names. So yeah, let us see what happens in this episode. This is episode number 6. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Rudy with his daily run and workout. Come on. Yes. Who's that? Oh, some random student, I'm guessing. Magic drills. Yes. Hmm. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. How is it this similar to? I wonder. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. How is this allowed in school? I first of all, isn't the isn't the principal saying something? All right. Hmm. Okay. All right. So he's learning as well. That's nice. Okay. Hmm. Staboo. Okay. All right. And then the daily prayer. Daily prayer. Yeah. Unfettered shogun. Oh no. Wait, he didn't pray? What? That's blasphemy. He should have. Where's the prayer to the holy relic? All right. Okay. Wait, I just realized, why is he sleeping on in? Oh, he probably fell down while being asleep. Like, I'll talk about this later, but I feel like this anime is, like, what can I say? It's one of a kind thing. I didn't expect this anime to become this good as it goes. Like, we're little by little realizing this isn't an isekai show, it's Rudy's journey to become a better person. Like, I didn't realize that in the beginning, and then little by I'm going to talk about this later in details as to how much of a gem this show is. Like, I'm really liking the direction this is taking. Oh, Fitz is here. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, because she knew you from childhood. Oh, did she bring it to? Yeah, but is she trying to find her parents? Oh no, she is talking about Rudy. Hmm. Yeah, she was trying. She asked like Ariel as well for help, but can you help me out? Research? Should we do it together? Yep, there you go. I knew it. Yes. Oh yeah, because she's busy with the bodyguarding duty and everything. Hmm. Oh, she's wearing gloves. I didn't. But hmm. um, really try to imagine this repeat. This there was a repeat. This is a repeat. This happened before once, if you remember. Hmm. The oh yeah, because they don't know what a sunglass is. Hmm. Oh yeah, she yeah, that's true because of her bodyguard. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Oh really? Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so it's yeah because yeah she's called Silent Fits. Hmm. Ooh. Oh, master rescued me. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a secret. Uh, damn. The wind. Perfect timing. Hmm. Yeah. He's like, yeah, this must be important. Oh boy, Zano. Well, what the? Wait, what? Who's? Yo! Yeah, like this? Oh my god, wow. Yeah, because he was saying, like, it, it's not. Alright. Yeah. I got isekai and I started making figure. What? What's happening? He's trying to conjure up. I see. Oh my god. Oh boy. Poor Zanova. Yeah, like normally, like people usually do, in the real world. Or like this, I guess. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, but it'll take a lot of patience and skill, little by little. Experience as well. Oh, wait, what? Oh, damn, that's bad. Oh my god. So, that's sad. So, you need to control your power now. Can he? I don't think he can, probably. Yep. Oh, she never knew about it because I guess. Uh, when did he start making figurines? Oh, it probably when he went to Erin's mansion. I don't know. What? Oh. Oh, wait, what? But then, yeah, but that defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Um. Oh. Well, let's. Yeah, what intruding? With Zanova? Yeah. Normally. Yeah, normally. Do it normally. Yeah, goddamn. I sometimes forget that he's from royalty. God damn. Damn, he's so weird browsing. Okay. Oh wow. No. She. Oh wait, what the? Yeah. Oh, I guess because of. Yeah. I will. Yes. Yes. Mm. What is? Yeah. Okay, I think I know who. Like that little girl in the opening, isn't it? Dwarf. I. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Starting to cast by 5 or. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, that sound. Okay. Oh, there is a dwarf. Malnutrition. Oh. Okay. She cannot speak human. Wait, so dwarves speak in a different language? I guess. That's interesting. I didn't expect dwarves to speak. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Like, she. This whole scene is just like from, like Shield here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, even she looks so much like, Rough Dahlia, kind of. Yeah. Oh yeah, he can. Well, the lessons in the language. Yeah. Hmm. Well, yeah, exactly. In the real world, he saw it every day. Yep, he saw it every day. Mm. Yeah, true. Yep. Probably going to say I don't want to die or something. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Mm. Damn. Yeah. Probably doesn't even remember. End of bazaar. What? What? Oh. What? Why? Yeah. Okay, please don't do that. Yeah. Salma's weird. I guess, yeah, that works as well. Really. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to die. All right. Oh. Hmm. That is it. Or is there something? Nope. And that was this episode. This was episode number 6 of Mushoku Tensei season 2. Now, before I begin my discussion, I have to say this that I was talking about this while the opening was playing. Is that I I've heard this is like a lot of people talk about this show as like one of the best isekais, and how this is everything where like the whole isekai thing kind of like, I wouldn't call it started, but it was like the origin, like one of the origins of isekais, and how it like set a standard for so many other isekais that come after it, and like all that stuff. And I was like, all right, so yeah, this would be a very good isekai. That's what my thought process is when I started watching it. And yeah, it was a really good isekai. I really loved the world building and everything, and stuff like that. However, the story was really good as well. However, I never expected anything, any kind of like big development for Rudy, or like the characters. Now, like, we have to understand that in isekais, like most of the isekais, character development isn't really a big thing. If you think about it, there are different like exceptions, obviously, but what I'm trying to say here is like, by character development I mean like immense character development, like from like like from a character like Rudy, like he was, to the way he's trying to change. This type of thing never happens, and that is why I never expected anything like this before. First of all, I didn't expect there to be actual time skips here. Like I said, I went in blind on this show. I didn't know what to expect, and I can see that we're getting little time skips. So I'm guessing we're actually going to see him grow up, and even like like in the future as well, we're probably going to get to see more time skips as well. And like the thing is that, like if he changes, like if he becomes like from a young like kid to like a teenager, then to a young adult, to an adult, the difference, like the change as he changes and he grows, is also going to show us a lot of character development in his personality and a lot of other things. And I can see this now, like this is the second season, and I'm going to say, like, up until the first at the end of the first season, I still didn't realize which direction this is going to go. But now I can understand what they're trying to do, what type of direction they're taking this to. Yeah, this is an isekai, obviously. However, this is not just an isekai. It's a show about, I guess you could say, self-improvement, and becoming a better person, and trying to fight your trauma, and like to make peace with oneself. The thing about Rudy is, first of all, obviously he was bullied. He has PTSD. He didn't really, he was in his previous world. He was like complete, like, as we saw, he was like just holed up in his apartment room, afraid to go out and everything. And that was Rudy. And we can see, like, as I said, self improvement. We can see that now that he got his, like, second chance, he is actually trying to change, and like become someone who fights that. Like he like he's struggling with a lot of things. First of all, his whole social, like anxiety, his PTSD. Not only that, there's another big thing that he has, which I feel like a lot of people forgets while watching this show, seeing Rudy do this crazy weird stuff. We forget that he actually hates himself. That is one of the biggest key points of Rudy. He hates himself. And seeing him little by little trying to work on that as well. Like, this episode kind of, again, kind of highlighted that. As Rudy said, looked at the girl and said that she wanted to die, and she didn't want to live, like that was the same for Rudy. He knew like his shortcomings in his real world, and he knew that he cannot do anything to change it, or he's too far gone. Yeah, it is never like too late, and there is a word like that. However, at least in the situation he was in the real world, it was too late for him. At least that's how he thought. And that is why the realization that his life has half of his life has gone, the realization that he will never be able to, or at least he won't be able to improve like this. He'll be like this forever, maybe the rest of his life. And the realization that he knows all of this and still cannot like help himself, and resulting in self-hatred. All of these things were Rudy. Now, him getting another chance here, we see in the when he was a young, a lot of things that he did kind of showed his past trauma, how awkward he is, and how overly perverted he was because of his whole, like his because of his personality. He didn't really know how to kind of like act like a normal person. But then after interactions and everything, after meeting all these characters and going through all of these things, we can see that he's changing, or he's trying to change. And that is what I like. You know, if this wasn't a thing, I probably wouldn't have rated this show this high. And I always love a self improvement, like a show which shows self improvement, not in not those superficial character development that, oh, I wasn't able to do this, now I can do that, yes, I've improved. Not that type of, yeah, those are also improvement, but I feel like those are very like very very like borderline self improvement or self character development. Those things are good. However, what I really like is like this type of massive self improvement where a person completely changes themselves from who he was, and he knows what type of person he was, and he works towards his self improvement. This is the reason why I love Vinland Saga so much. Like self improvement, that is the thing here. And we rarely get these type of shows which really focuses on self improvement, unlike all the other stuff. Alongside all the other stuff, not unlike, we see a lot of other stuff happening here as well. So, like, I don't know which direction this show is going to go, but if it keeps going in this direction, this probably would become one of my most favorite animes. I'll probably rank it in my top 10 animes if this continues to go in this direction. And if the direction that I'm seeing that this show is going towards, if it keeps going towards that, yeah, this is going to be one of my top 10s. I can feel it. Like, and I don't say it lightly. Like, I top 10 for me are very like special few shows that I really adore from the bottom of my heart. And I didn't expect that to happen when I started this, but I feel like it might actually happen. This is going in a very good direction. And I'm looking forward to more of, like Rudy's, like his self-improvement and his, development. And yeah, yeah, can you even imagine episode 1 of season 1 or episode 2 of season 1? Rudy versus this Rudy. I cannot even imagine how much he has changed. And that's the thing, like this show is about kind of changing yourself and to be a better person than you were. Unless and until you understand that, like I don't think you'll be able to, what can I say, truly understand this anime. Because I've seen a lot of people talk a lot of say a lot of stuff about this show, and people who have only seen the first few episodes, kind of saying how this is like a, but that is not the point of this. Or you know what, that is exactly the point of this show. Yeah, he was a bad human being. I wouldn't call him bad, but an unfortunate and a very unfortunate and a very kind of I don't want to call him bad, but there isn't a proper word to express, like his situation. That was him. But as we get to see more of him, the fact that he's trying to change is something that I can comment. How many people can change in their life? Like, try to ask that question to yourself first before you start saying anything about this show. Just ask yourself, how many people can truly change their whole being? Imagine being bullied like that, strung to the gate of your school, people throwing stones and stuff at you, 30 to 50 students laughing at you every single freaking day you go to the school. Something like that happens. Imagine that scenario. Imagine you not being able to break out of that and like sinking deeper and deeper in that situation. Imagine everyone hating you because you get afraid and you don't want to go to school. Imagine that becoming a trauma and kind of not making you not going outside and giving you like social anxiety, and you being holed up in your room playing video games. You're doing such a bad thing and you have to do something, but you cannot do anything because you have your trauma. Imagine that scenario, that person, and imagine how Rudy is now, like his situation now. He could have easily gone down the same path here in this world as well, because his trauma and everything was there ingrained in his heart. But he didn't. He tried his best, and he has changed now, and that I can commend. That is what I'm trying to say. And all the people who like obviously like who have no clue what's happening in this show now, and who just saw the first few episodes and are like, oh, this is a one of those shows, you know, like all those people. I want to like, you know, like if they still have that opinion after watching these couple of like, you know, episodes in season 2, I want to ask them this question: how many people do you think can change themselves to this degree? You know, how much effort do you think does it take for someone to change up to this degree? People cannot change. It's difficult to change, you know, your own personality and your own thing is difficult. So for the sheer for the fact that he was able to change himself up until this degree, I feel like that's huge, like, you know, like that's worthy of huge commendation. And for that, like, you know, only reason I can say that this show is really one of the becoming one of the going towards one of the best shows. And the self improvement, it's not easy to change, you know, like we're like that's the thing. And the fact that Rudy is going in that direction slowly but surely, that is what I feel is the best part about this show. And I think this is going to keep going in this direction. I'm looking forward to it. I just wanted to talk about this because I've seen before. I've seen a lot of people kind of like, you know, like talk about this show like that. If this was season 1, I probably wouldn't have bothered anything because, you know, like, yeah. But I'm seeing that he's trying to change, and I'm seeing that how much effort it takes and what he's going through. So that I felt like I had to like say my piece here. That if you try to judge this show just based on the first few episodes, and if you still judge the show even if you're watching it now, I like just ask yourself this question: how much, like, you know, like how do you think, how easy do you think it is to change yourself? You know, like nobody can do it. A lot of people cannot do it. Rudy was able to, and I can respect the fact that he knows what he was, and he's trying to get himself out of that. He's trying to change and be a better person. How many people do that? How many people can do it? No one. Not no one, but a very few amount of people. But anyways, I just wanted to like talk about this because yeah. Anyways, all right. So here in this episode we begin with okay. Just a minute. Right. Okay. We begin with Rudy getting up. You know, like here you can see, like, you know, we can see that he's trying to self-improve, and the first thing that he does is, I've seen he's doing it every day, running, like getting some workout and everything, you know, like keeping his body healthy and fit, you know. Again, my question: how many people do you think will be able to keep continuing this routine? You know, like a lot of people, they are very particular about their workout and everything, and I respect them for it, you know, because I miss myself workout sometimes, but I'm not regular in it, you know. Like, so I can respect all the people who actually, like, even though they have a lot of other things going on in their life, they can at least contribute something to their life every single day regularly. The regularity is the thing, you know. That's what I respect. Yeah, you can easily work out for like, I don't know, like 1 or 2 months and then just stop. You can easily do that. But the fact that you're working out not much, just, you know, like 15, not 15, 15 is a little bit less, half an hour maybe, like every day, like little, but every day, if you are able to continue it, that is worthy of respect, you know. If you do 2 hours workout every day for 2 months and then stop, you know, yeah, that is not it, you know. But if you can continue half an hour workout every day for every single day punctually, and, you know, I can respect that. And this is another one of the self-improvement things that I'm trying to say here. Like, it's difficult to take out, like, you know, a little bit time out of your life to do something every single day. But if you're able to do it, that is worthy of, you know, like commendation and praise. And it's like, these are the things, you know, like you can see that he's trying to change, and he is like changing little by little. And he then, you know, like he does his magic drills. And he's saying, like, I'm not able to properly do it now because, you know, like, it's not going too well. And then he says, like, he eats with Zanoba, and he's like, this food is kind of nice, you know, it reminds me of Japan, but, you know, like, not as good as it, but still, it's okay. I wonder why the food, like, this actually looks like food from, you know, like food from the real world, like Japan, and, you know, like we have, like, I'm guessing those are meatballs. I don't know, like karage, or I'm not really sure. And then we have like a curry kind of thing, I think. And so I was like, how is it like? Why is it so similar to actual food in the real world in Japan? And who knows? Anyways, and then then we see Elena Lee's doing her thing, right? And then Rudy also talks about how he thought that he would need to learn here, but he's actually a few things that Roxy taught him, but he wasn't able to properly understand or probably skipped past. Those things he's learning. Like when you know about some kind of a thing, but then you realize when you read the book again that or a different book, you realize that there's a few things that you never knew and you kind of add it to your thing, that kind of thing. And he's kind of fine crafting his stuff that he already knew. And then obviously when he's not in school class, he researches the teleportation in the library. And he's like, this whole thing is a taboo, so I don't have much books, but the book that Fitz mentioned is quite helpful. And he then I love how he says at night, he says, but my unfettered shogun of the night is still crashing with the firefighters. Okay, he calls it Abarembo Shogun. Now, as far as I know, Abarembo Shogun is actually like I think it was a TV show or something. Let me check. I think it was a TV show, wasn't it? Unfettered Shogun, yup. In Japan, yeah. And obviously, we know what he's trying to say here. It's like yeah, and we understand what he's trying to say. But I like how he like says it like, I remember Abarembo Shogun. Where was it? There was another character who used to like, was it Gintoki from Gintama? A whole Abarembo. I think so. It's probably from Gintama that I heard this Abarembo Shogun. Oh god. Right, anyways, so yeah, that is his daily routine. We kind of get to see what he's doing every day. It's a very nice, well-balanced routine. So next we get to see in the daytime, Rudy's like researching in the library, and Fitz comes in, and Fitz is like, can I sit with you? And Rudy's like, yeah, sure. I've warmed up the seat for you as well, like, go ahead. And Fitz is kind of laughing. And she asks like, how's your research going? And he says that yeah, it's kind of don't really know, it's not really going anywhere, but yeah, I'm trying. And okay, so here Fitz also says that she also is trying to find information about someone. Now at first I was like, wait, Rudy's here, why is she saying it to him? But then I realized, at first I was like, wait, is she trying to find her parents or something? But then obviously we can see that she's still talking about Rudy. Like, who she meant was actually Rudy, and she's kind of just telling it to him. And she's like, now I know that he's fine, but right. So then she's like, can I help you out? Since I'm doing the same thing. Do you mind if I just join you occasionally, even though I won't be able to come here every day or every time? And Rudy's like, oh no, yeah, sure, why not? And puts out his hand. They did a little handshake, and Rudy's like, what the hell is this? Why? What is this feeling? Oh god. Right. Now they're going back, and Rudy's like stealing glances at Fitz, and Fitz is like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, why do you have your sunglasses? And she says like it's because of a reason. And she also talks about how she sleeps in the girls' dorm, and how it's not a problem because she has gotten permission. But the situation is special. She is like from the kingdom, like the princess, while she's like her trusted bodyguard. So yeah, she is allowed to be there, and it's an exception. And okay, then she also talks about, I think, like other exceptions. Okay, here we go. The dorms allow servants and slaves as long as you get permission. There you go. So that is like an actual thing. And then he also says, I'm guessing they only made an exception for a male student because Princess Ariel and Master Fitz are both trust. Right, so what Rudy is saying here is that they allow servants and slaves. However, it's a problem if they're of different gender. Like obviously a male slave cannot be allowed in a female dorm. But since her situation is special, she's allowed. Princess Ariel and Fitz. Now here's the thing. Obviously, I wonder why Rudy didn't think or his head, like, mind didn't go in the direction of why is what's his name, the other bodyguard, Luke or something like that, why is he not allowed? Like, yeah, like in front of Rudy, both Fitz and Luke, both of them are male. So didn't he think, why is Fitz allowed but not Luke allowed? Oh, I guess it's okay. I think someone mentioned to me this in the comments, that they trust Fitz a bit more than Luke. That is why the girls allow in the dorm to allow Fitz to. Yeah, because we saw in the previous episode as well, like all the girls, when Fitz was like, oh, don't, like, no, don't try to, like, like do anything to Rudy, like, like and kind of threaten them, they kind of back down, like. So yeah, I guess they kind of trust him a lot, not him but her, but to them it's a him, Fitz a him. So this trust Fitz a lot, so much that they allow Fitz to stay there. Right. So Rudy also comments on the fact that why, like, I've heard that you don't really speak. You speak to me quite a bit. What's up with that? And she's like, I'm kind of shy, that's why. And Rudy's like, it doesn't seem like you're shy to me, at least. But obviously we all know why, because like she knew Rudy from her childhood, so obviously she's going to talk to him. And then Rudy is also like, how, from when have you started, like, incantationless magic? And Fitz says that, oh, like, my master, like, he taught me about it. I really respect him. Rudy's like, I hope I can meet him someday. And Rudy, Fitz is like, yeah, he kind of laughs a little bit. And yeah, then after that, she moves on, and they kind of, like, say goodbye. Fitz goes on her way, and Rudy's like, yeah, like, this person is a mystery. I don't know why he's helping me this much. And but you know what, Hitogami told me, so yeah, maybe he will become eventual lead to a cure for my situation. So yeah, now next we get to see Rudy doing his figurines, and Zanoba asking Rudy for, teaching him his ways. And Rudy comments on how Zanoba loves statues and figurines, and we see what he is doing in the, oh my god, like, just undressed in that room. Okay. And Rudy's like, yeah, he's a bit too, he goes, takes it a bit too far, But Rudy, at first, Rudy was like, yeah, I'm going to teach you, but later. Because Rudy himself wasn't really that, I guess, confident about because he said, like, his skills is kind of, like, a little bit dampened now that his situation is like this. So that is probably why he was kind of, like, like, telling Zanoba that, oh, like, later, I'll teach you later. But Zanoba's like, no, please teach me, like, why are you not teaching me? And just completely, like, like, doing the dogeza and everything. And Rudy's like, alright, you know what? Okay, fine, like, I'm going to teach you, don't you worry. And he's like, but you have to remember, this is very difficult. Can you do it? And Zanoba's like, yes, master. And Zanoba tries to do it, fails spectacularly. He cannot use his magic to kind of make the sculptures. So he almost gives up, but Rudy's like, alright, you know what? Don't you worry, because, like, even if you're not that skilled at magic manipulation and doing this thing, you can at least carve it through your hand, because, yeah, like, that's how we in the real world used to do, like, like, because obviously magic didn't exist there. So yeah, like, Rudy brings out, like, a little clay, like, thing, and starts kind of carving, and he's like, this is how you do it. It's going to take a while, but even you can do it, And Zanoba's like, yes, like, even me, I can do it. And then he fails again. His strength is so, like, like, strong that he kind of crushes the clay or whatever. So he cannot do, like, very delicate work. So Zanoba's like, what is this? Will I never be able to reach perfection? Will I never be able to do something that I love so much? And he's crying and everything. And so Rudy talks to this about Fitz, and Fitz is like, he kind of shows Fitz, like, how to do it as well. And Fitz is like, damn, you're quite, like, like, skillful at this. And then Fitz is like, alright, you know what, I know of an idea, like, you can kind of, like, a similar case happened in one of the, like, Asuran capital, like, situation like this. What they did was like brought a slave who can do the same thing for them. But I was like, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of Zanuba making figurines? Like, what's the point then? Like, yeah, like he wanted to make, but I guess I don't know. But anyways, that is one way. And Rudy's like, all right, like then I never thought of that. Okay, so maybe we'll try to do it like that. So he's like, then we need to take Zanoba and go to the slave market. And he was like, all right, I have to, like, this day I'm probably going to go. And you can see that Sylph is like kind of like, fidgeting, and he's like, I have also time off on that day. And Rudy at first didn't realize what she's trying to say. And then Rudy's like, oh wait, you want to join us? And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? And yeah, there you go. So Fitz is happy. Fitz is alright. She's very happy. She's, because Rudy's there. So on the day, we get to see that Zanoba comes. At first, Zanoba introduces himself as some kind of a royal, like, like whatever. And Rudy kind of like hits him in the back, and he's like, talk normally to him, please. He's the one who suggested it, so speak like a proper person. And then Zanoba's like, I'm sorry, okay. So he kind of introduces himself, and like Fitz was kind of hesitating because he's like actually like a prince and everything. But anyway, introductions out of the way, we are off to the market. And yeah, we come to this place, like this slave market, and so Rudy says, I've never bought a slave before, so let's go inside and see what's going on. So they go inside and they see like a lot of slaves, and there's like a few of them who were like completely naked and like they're chained and just there standing. And I was like, god damn, they were like actually standing there without moving at all. That is crazy. God damn it, this is like, yeah. So it's kind of like stops in front of the one of the slaves, and she's like, damn, like, so this, it's like this. And Rudy's like, like I used to be like that once, like, like just like Fitz, I used to be like him, before, but now my situation is a little bit different, unfortunate. And yeah, so here Fitz is like, wait, so you have experience or something like that, she says. Rudy doesn't understand the meaning of, like, the, like, why she said that or what she said at that moment. It went over his head. However, at that point Zanoba's like, come on, let's go. Like, these warriors won't really help us out because we need someone who can do delicate stuff. So they go to ask the shop, like the slave. Oh wait, just a minute. I'm going to read this part. Fitz kind of says a few things here. She says that we need to buy like a slave who's like very young, who hasn't really developed magic. Okay, because learning without incantations is easier if you start young. Okay. Rudy's like, really? Starting to cast by 5 or so does wonders to a mana capacity. That's exactly what Rudy did. And Rudy is like, most people believe that mana capacity is determined at birth. Yeah, that's what the textbook says, but my master's case and mine prove them wrong. It's funny because she says master, and Rudy's like, because she's literally talking about him, and Rudy's like, oh, so that's actually a thing. That explains why I have so much mana since I started casting from 2 and 3. Yeah. Right, anyways, so they go to the guy, the slave, the guy, the shop, whatever you call him. I don't know what to call him in this situation. The slave master, I guess, I don't know, whatever. So he tries to, like, check out, and first they were like, do you have any dwarves, and like someone of a younger age, and because I guess they were talking about dwarves because of their ability to do stuff, like kind of make stuff, so at first he was like, oh, probably not, but then he was like, oh, I found someone, a 6-year-old dwarf girl. So she's not in the best health, malnutrition, and if you feed her, she'll be fine. So they go in and like come to that place where we see the little girl. Like I said, this is exactly like what happened in Shield Hero. Like, the girl even looks so much like Raftalia, a smaller Raftalia. And yeah, obviously, like realizing this, I'm pretty sure this came way before Shield Hero. So I'm guessing Shield Hero probably took a little bit of inspiration from this, maybe, I don't know. Because this scene is exactly like that. Even the girl looks so much like Raftalia, like her hair color and everything, her hairstyle. So yeah, and the way she was like in a cage and everything, and they come in to get her. All right. So anyways, so the, the guy kind of like yanks her with the chain and Sylph kind of heals her. So Rudy goes there and Rudy's like hi, I'm Rudy, and she cannot speak human, so he's speaking in his beach language, and he asks her a few questions. He's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to come with us? And she was asking a question, can you help us out? And the master slave guy was trying to hit her, but Rudy's like, stop, let me talk to her. And then he asks a few questions, and she's in despair, and Zalba's like, you've seen people like this? And he's like, yeah, I have. Obviously, he's talking about himself. He used to see him every day in front of the mirror before. So he knows where this girl is, like what situation this girl is in now. And he asked, he's like, do you want to die? Doesn't say anything, and Rudy's in his head, he's thinking that, yeah, like if you don't want to save yourself, nobody can save you. So I can try to help her out, because if she herself has no intention of saving herself, then it might be better to like put her out of her misery. Because if you're broken beyond like like beyond salvation, yeah, it's difficult. And that's why he was asking her so that he could understand that if she has even a little bit glimmer of hope, if he can see that, then he'll help her out. And that's why he's saying, I can end your life here. If you want to tell me I can kill you, tell me. And he says, like, I cannot bring salvation to her life. Sure, I can buy her and give her a job right now, but I've been through enough to know that won't be a salvation, because he himself is still struggling. I can't save her by forcing her to do something against her will. And yeah, this kind of reminds me of one of the best quotes in anime, from the Monogatari series, which is Oshino Meme used to say, what was that? I'm not saving you, but I'm helping you save yourself, or something like that. Like wait, what was that exact quote? One can only save themselves. Let me check. Oshino, that's a really good quote. Only save themselves, something like that. What one can only save themselves. Okay, one person saving another is impossible. Like only oneself is the only one who can save themselves, something like that. So yeah, that is so true. And Rudy kind of says the same thing here, and that is why Rudy said, I can only offer her to help her out if she doesn't have that glimmer of hope in her. Yeah, but then in the end she's like, I don't want to die. No, yeah, I think that's what she says. Yeah, and Rudy's like, yeah, that is fine. Like she didn't say I want to live. She said I don't want to die. For now, that is okay. I'm sure this will transform someday to I want to live. So up until that time we can help her out. So he brings her out, and then like takes her like and feeding her, and so they're like, what is her name? So she says name, and then she says that a few of the names she says, like first she says, okay, let me read. Child of Bazaar of the Holy Steel and the Lilitella of the beautiful Snow Ridge. So I'm guessing these are all like names that people used to call her, like not a particular name, but just names. And what's her name? Fitz. She says that dwarves don't get proper names until they turn 7. So they're like, we should name her then. And then he's like, Rudy's like, Zanova, what name do you want to give her? And Zanova's like, Julius. And I'm like, what? Rudy's like, that's a man's name, like. And he's like, yeah, it's the name of my poor baby brother, whom I killed because I didn't know my son. He kind of mentioned this in season 1 as well, I remember. And I can see why he named her that. But yeah, like as Rudy says, at least make it a girl's name. And then he's like, well, how about Juliet? And Zalma's like, yeah, that's fine, And one thing I kind of appreciate here is that it kind of shows that Zanova doesn't really look down on her, because he wanted to give her the name of her brother. Like because that's the thing, like here, the people, the world view of the people here, slaves are normal here. For us and for Rudy, slavery in itself is something very bad, and like, like it's not something that should be allowed. However, here it's like normal. So that is why, like I was thinking maybe like, like Zanoba's way of interacting with her would be kind of him looking down on her or something. But the fact that he was ready to give her his brother's name shows that he's not going to be like that. He'll be nice, and he doesn't have any of that stuff. And I guess like that is what like I like the amount of, like how much I've kind of observed him. Zano was a very simple man. He's very frank about whatever he likes and whatever he dislikes. So yeah, that's nice. That's really a very good quality about him. So yeah, and Rudy's like, all right, so your name is Julieta, and then she's not able to completely say the full thing, so she's like Julie, and yeah, I guess that can be like her nickname or whatever, and she's very happy. Obviously, after that, we get to see that she's helping out Zanoba. Julie would live with Zanoba and wait on him, and Zanoba just throwing out the things. She's just getting them, catching them. Yeah, and during the day, I'll teach him languages and incantationless magic. And slowly and steadily, they are little by little getting more and more proficient in making sculptures and like figurines. That's where it ended. Really nice episode. So yeah, that was episode number 6 of Mushoku Tensei season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Mushoku Tensei. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.